This story is a mystery, a wonderful mystery in a way, one that it appears no one can solve. What we're about to see is a rare condition called the savant syndrome. People with that condition have been called more brutally idiot savants. It's a spectacular skill or talent that occurs in an autistic or retarded child, an island of brilliance, even genius, in the brain of someone who is otherwise extremely limited intellectually. Suppose you want to know what day October 1st would fall on in the year 3000, or what date the third Wednesday of June in the year 10,003 would be. Well, it's easy if you have a computer and the computer's been programmed properly. If you don't, there's always George Finn. He can give you the day if you give him the date, or the date if you give him the day, going back to the year 1 and up to, it would seem, infinity. George has the most common of the savant's gifts. He's a calendar calculator. He's 43 now, a patient at the Bronx Psychiatric Center's Rehabilitation Center. What day of the week was August 13th, 1911?
Sunday.
What day of the week was May 20th, 1921?
Friday.
What day of the week is February 3rd in the year 2068?
That will fall on a Friday.
What date was the third Saturday in October in 1945?
It was on the 20th.
What day of the week was May 30th in the year 1?
May 30th, the year 1 was on a Wednesday.
This is remarkable, George. You got every one of these right.
Right.
What makes his talent so extraordinary is that with his limited intellectual capabilities, he cannot multiply even the simplest numbers. I'd like to try some math questions, if you don't mind.
No.
Some arithmetic. Can you do 3 times 2?
3 times 2 is it 7, is it?
Or how about 5 times 7?
5 times 7 might be 50.
Besides calculating days and dates, George also remembers the weather for each day of his adult life. We checked him against the Weather Service, and of course he was right. November 3rd, 1958. What kind of day was it?
It was on a cloudy day. It was on a Monday. It was cloudy that day. That's right.
It was?
And it was snow flurries that morning. Very cold. Little bit of raindrops, too.
Windy?
Yes, windy.
How about May 22nd, 1940?
That fell on a Wednesday.
What was the weather like?
I can't tell. It's only a baby, infant baby.
Do you know how you do it?
I don't know, but that's fantastic. I can do that.
But how do you do it?
I don't know.
What happens inside your head?
I got a good mind. That's why I do it.
But do you have a formula that you work out? Do you know what I mean by a formula?
Yes. What's it mean?
Do you have do you multiply certain numbers by certain numbers?
Yes, any dates. Yes, I know how to do it.
Up until recently, people assumed about George and others that it was simple memory, that he memorized the perpetual calendar and just kept going out. You can demonstrate now by giving him questions that he couldn't possibly have seen, that he must have some equation or formula in his head of some sort. He can't memorize that. So that, but it still boils down to the basic ability to concentrate or to remember, because he hasn't put his mind to finding out what 2 times 2 is.
What day is June 6th in the year 91,360?
91,360. June the 6th. It'll be on a Friday.
Well, you're remarkable. It's been a great pleasure to meet you.
I'm glad. What's your name again?
Morley.
Morley, and I'm glad to meet you. I will remember this day as long as I live.